everybody.
Hello.
We're going on a trip.
Yep.
Keep you posted. Talk at you later. Wow.
So,
Is this the 3500?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me get out of your way. In fact, I'm going to sit on his seat.
There you go. And I'll get up there so I can talk about it, and y'all can come in.
All right, awesome. Is it okay if I record?
I would like to,
Lee, is it okay if I record it?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, well,
I'm
okay,
not Bob. You can record and use it any way you want.
ahead.
Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, wow. I just can't believe this. How did you do this?
This might get, I was telling him when I came in here, this might be my best in show homemade.
I've never seen anything this good. This is really
good.
something.
This is,
Thank you. It's been fun. The reason it's good, I think, is because I love doing it. And
Yeah.
I didn't do this to get it done.
Right.
Getting it done is good.
Yeah.
He has those moments.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't do it to get it done. I did it because I love doing it.
Yeah.
I love designing. I love fabricating, and this was for me, and it was something I was really interested in doing. And the challenge was, I bought this vehicle because it's regular gas and because it towed a lot. This truck will tow 9,500 pounds, and I tow a 30-foot trailer.
With this?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
with no problem.
This back?
No, and it's electric, so you gotta.
Oh, never mind. You have the fancy ones.
Yeah,
On top of that.
yeah. Well, this was the one that was on the lot that had the tow package, and I wanted to get the tow package, and this was the only one they had. This is a 2012, so it's 4 years old.
Yeah, I had to add that to mine.
And yeah, I got the factory tow, which gives you the 9,500 pounds, plus the transmission mode, plus the the extendable mirrors and all the other crap that you get with the tow package. And my plan is to, I'm currently outfitting the trailer. I bought a bunkhouse model. I pulled the bunks out, and I'm putting storage in a workshop back there. I'm going to take all the tools that I use to build this, I'm going to take with me on the road, and be able to do this kind of stuff for somebody who wants to do a van cruise, because I love doing this stuff.
That is
Where's your
awesome.
heater?
The heater is back here in the corner.
Okay, and what about
That is a
air?
great idea.
I don't
no
have.
air.
Well, I have an air. The truck has an air conditioner, but I
And
just
so
use
it's
this-
because it's 20 feet.
who cares?
Who cares?
I can run the air conditioner, and this whole place is ice cold in 15 minutes.
Yeah, understand.
So, but I never do that. With the Max fan and
Max
with
fan.
The little vents.
you
So
use-
I have the vented CRL windows and stuff like that. Even if it's raining, because those things flap out.
Yep,
Even if it's
yep,
pouring rain,
yep.
I can have ventilation here because the Max fan has the integral hood and
Yep.
stuff. And there's and the other thing is, if it's that hot, there's these round rubber things underneath this that roll and
Right.
take me somewhere cooler.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
So is that a
They don't fall
Webesto
off.
type heater? Is that like a?
no, it's well, actually the brand is a Propex. It's a
Oh.
propane heater. It's real tiny. So it's got the filters back here.
Oh, okay.
So it takes cabin air in,
Cabin air
heats
in.
it, and pushes it back out here. And I have a
And it's totally safe to run. You don't have to worry about like carbon monoxide.
it's the combustion air is a completely separate circuit. There's a tube down here underneath that it takes the combustion air in. It's forced combustion air.
Right.
It takes it in, burns it, and it pushes out this stainless steel pipe here. So when the
Oh.
pipe comes out down here is where it exhausts. So there's two completely separate circuits. There's the combustion circuit, which is completely external, and then there's the circulating circuit, which just takes inside air and heats it and filters it.
Ah, that
So,
is really
and this
neat.
is a thermostat for it. So I can turn it off. I can turn it off from here. I can set the thermostat so that it automatically comes off. When I'm in bed, in the morning when it's real cold, because I don't run it at night, I just use a quilt.
Yeah.
When I'm in bed and it's real cold in the morning, I just reach out and turn the heat up and go back in
That is
and wait
neat,
for things
man.
to heat up.
Now, what's your name?
Tom. Oh.
Lee.
Oh, Lee.
And Lee, you're talking about getting a trailer.
Yeah. I got
And you got a trailer. You're retrofitting it now
Oh, there.
so that you can go on the road and do other people's vans, if I understand it correctly.
And the plan is, I've been relatively fortunate.
Brilliant idea.
I'm not wealthy, but I'm.
No.
You just turned the lights on. That's okay.
Oh, did
They're
I?
down here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, whoa, they're
That's a
automatic.
butt flip.
Like, oh,
You've heard
cool.
of butt dial? That was a butt flip.
Yeah, it was a butt flip.
Hot water heater, okay.
Well, the on-demand hot water heater.
Yeah.
A refrigerator, a freezer in here. And let's show them this. Pick your legs up there, dude.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So the freezer has a padded top.
I can
so
demonstrate this.
Oh,
That's a freezer?
That's a freezer.
That's a top-loading freezer. And so when I'm sitting there, I can just pull that out and put my legs up and read a book or watch a movie or something like that.
Now,
with my
are your
feet up.
solar panels custom made? Did you make those? Or?
No, the panels are Renogy.
Oh,
The
okay.
racks are custom made. I fabricated the
I've just
tilting
never
racks.
seen them long like
I know.
that.
Well,
Okay.
because the roof is the way the roof is.
Yeah.
Let me put this back.
So you just took the smaller panels and kind of made a rack for them?
Sorry about my feet.
Well, yeah, that was kind of iterative. I had 4 of the Renogy flex panels up there, and they didn't tilt. And Renogy did a recall. This was the Renogy story. Renogy did a recall on all their flex panels with a 100% refund of purchase price. That's a good company.
Wow.
Definitely.
They had some of their flex panels, and I called the guy and I talked to him. Some of their flex panels were overheating, melting, even maybe catching fire. But the installations were on dark surfaces with no ventilation, glued down, and but they didn't want the liability, so they just recalled all the flex panels they sold and stopped selling flex panels. You can't buy Renogy flex panels.
Correct. Bob had made that mention yesterday.
And they gave a 100% refund of purchase price. So even though my panels were like 14 months old, I got a 100% refund on the purchase price.
Why wouldn't you go with them in the future?
Why would you not, right?
Why would you not, right?
And so they had just come out with these new SunPower panels. They get the panels from SunPower. Monocrystalline, they call them their Eclipse model. They were a little smaller than the standards and higher efficiency, and they were just a little bit less than the flex panels had been. So I said, hey, I'll just take the credit from the flex panels and buy 4 of these new Eclipse panels from you. And it was like $30 left over or something like that. And I said, well, and I'd also like to get your little, monitor, your little remote monitor, but it was $50. And I said, would you like consider this, just take that $30 and
Package deal.
She said, no problem. No problem.
Wow.
2 days later, new panels, and the meter showed up, and it's like I will buy everything I ever buy from Renogy from now on.
Wow.
And you're a good spokesman for
That's
that.
a good testimony right there.
And their stuff is reliable. It's effective. It's well designed, and they stand behind it. Why would you not? And they're an American company.
Why would you not? Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
big one.
trifecta.
They're in Chico, California,
Yeah,
And,
just drive down. I'm from Las Vegas. Just drive down there.
and they're great people. They gave me straight scoop. I asked them questions. They gave me good answers. My undergraduate degree is electrical engineering with a minor in mechanical, and have a graduate degree in automotive engineering. So you bullshit me at your own risk.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm also
Just answer the right questions and see how it
Yeah,
goes.
right.
also-
I can't
I'm also a
even
Marine,
answer those.
so
Yeah,
step back.
exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I
Hence
can't
the decor.
I can't recommend them highly enough. And
Wow.
so I got those panels, but they were just 4 regular 100-watt panels. But I did have their 40 amp MPPT controller, which is mounted down there on the other side.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see it.
So the silver is the solar controller, and the blue
Yep.
one is the cell amp.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you take the 4 panels, you wire them in series to make like a 77, 80 volt system, something
Right,
like that.
right.
You run it into the MPPT controller, and you got as much efficiency as you can possibly get out of a set of solar panels. I have 400 watts on the ceiling. I have 430 ampere hours of AGM batteries, a 2,000 watt pure sine wave inverter,
Yep.
and I run an induction cooktop.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's turn some of these off. You
And
guys,
you're
Oh, my
you're
bump of those? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me get out over here.
You're turning all kinds of stuff on.
I didn't even
It's
feel
like,
it.
look, somebody asked me would I do anything different if I redesigned this, and there's not much, but there's a few things. I'm pretty really satisfied with the way it turned out. But what I might do is, instead of having this whole control panel down here, I might have made this kind of maybe a storage cabinet or something, and put the controls up here. And the reason is, mostly not people, but people come in with kids, and it's like, what does this do? 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 You know, and so
Kid friendly.
Or I
yes.
just run into them with my butt.
You're right. They do belong up there.
Yeah, it would be better if it was up there.
uses.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
But you
restock
probably
them.
put them there because of the
put them there for
proximity. Oh yeah. That's why they're
exactly
there.
right.
Yeah.
all
I mean,
the
it would have been a lot more trouble to go up there.
It would have been a lot more trouble, but I could have taken it up the B pillar, and, and that's okay. But there's a lot of wires in there.
Yeah.
And so the inverter and both batteries are down here. The refrigerator is right here. All the switches and controls are right here. So
is that a fan right there too?
Use an AGM
okay.
ticket?
Yeah. I use Odyssey AGMs.
Okay.
People say lots of things about lots of stuff. I have used Odysseys for decades and never had a bad battery.
Okay.
These are 2 computer fans, and there's 2 more up here.
I see 'em.
Okay. So what happens is the inverter is down here. The batteries are down here. This bulkhead, the whole back bottom part of it is open, and the compressor on the refrigerator is in that back corner back there. So these pull air in, take it over the inverter, over the batteries, up through the cooling fins of the refrigerator, up into this plenum, and then these 2 exhaust it out.
Man, you really put a lot of
And
thought
they're
in there.
controlled by this automatic controller, so that I don't run it now because it never gets hot enough in the wintertime.
Right.
But what happens is in the summertime, when this gets over 80 degrees, it turns the fans on and it starts pulling air in from the floor.
Oh, and it has a sensor on top.
It has a sensor in there, and it turns on. It pulls air in, runs it over the inverter, over the batteries, over the refrigerator, up through here and out again. And this is what they sound like when they're on.
Yeah.
That's way too noisy.
Yeah, I know. It just drives me crazy. But what it means is in the summertime, I can just turn this on and not worry about
you
it.
used every little bit of space. I even like what you did here to customize this thing. That is,
Well,
the way it goes back into there.
Yeah, the standard NV just sort of stopped here and went up with a couple of useless shelves.
Right.
So I just cut that all off, put this platform in, and now I have the biggest storage trunk area
That's
ever.
epic. That is something I didn't think about doing.
Yeah, this is what a lot of the high-end coaches do.
Yeah. Does it just go back all the way to the stock shelves that were there?
Well, this is the stock. This is the stock piece right here.
Yeah.
So this goes up to the metal.
Yeah.
And all I did was come back to this.
Okay.
And then and keep in mind the airbags are still in here, so they're still functional.
Okay.
But all I did was cut that shelf where it went up, and just bring this out to it. So the front of this storage area is the top of this.
Yeah.
And this has ventilation here, so this cover is
so
insulated,
freaking
but it
awesome.
still breathes.
That's awesome. I got to do that too.
This is nuts.
Of course, not quite so elegantly.
Well,
I'm
this
sure.
is
but...
this is all solid birch or aircraft grade birch plywood.
Oh, really?
So like this drawer, the face of this drawer is solid birch. This is birch plywood, and it's all coated with a paintable epoxy that was color matched to one of the 3
Oh,
grades.
that's what this is.
It
Okay.
has that metal look though that you see on all work vans, military type. I'm sure
this has been called. I've heard people describe this as industrial or military. I take neither one of those as an insult.
No,
Yeah.
it's so clean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's great.
But what it is, it's a paintable epoxy that I used a high nap roller on to get a little bit of texture. And it takes like 3-4 days to really cure up. But boy, once it cures, it's hard as a rock. You wipe it down with a wet rag. If you happen to gouge it, they just got.
What about the fumes when you were doing it? Were they
regular paint?
Okay.
I mean, it's a paintable epoxy. It was actually water-based paintable epoxy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's easy to use.
So the VOC was probably really low.
Yeah, and no problem. And I didn't do it all at once. You know, another thing about the construction here, like the galley cabinet. Okay. So the galley cabinet, I'm tall. Most cabinets you see, they either open out like this, or they open up, which is a real problem for me because then I got to.
Yeah, well, that's what's happening to me.
I designed it so the dry goods are up here, completely accessible. You know, I can get to them anytime I want. They don't bounce out; they're completely captured in there. Instead of I put a single drop down door that becomes a usable shelf, so I can get.
This is sick.
Right?
That is great.
And when you have the lights on. You know, when you have the lights on and this is up, it makes it a little bit shadow, so there's separate galley lights. They're even brighter down here, so you have a light directly over the cook surface and a light directly over the sink.
How much power does that induction cooktop use? Is it excessive? Holy moly! But it's no big deal. You've got enough power to run. Huh?
I cook eggs, ham, omelets, almost everything
At
on
100.
the number 2 setting,
Oh, okay.
which is 500 watts.
Okay.
I make popcorn. I have a popcorn maker on the number 3 setting. I've never used it above 3.
Oh, okay.
I've never had to use it above 3.
Wow.
So 800 watts is about the most I go.
Wow. Okay.
That's great. Okay.
And let me tell you, if you like omelets, if you ever tried to make an omelet over a propane stove, it's real hard to get propane down at that low level.
Right.
Propanes, they either go out, or you got to turn them up higher.
Yep.
And you got to screw with it, and you got to Number 2. Turn it on number 2. Put the egg in. Wait.
That's awesome.
It's everything you want.
This is almost perfect, I'll tell you.
And
Nice job.
So, and then there's, all right, the utility drawer is, so that it has everything organized, everything's there.
Wow.
The pull-out tables.
That's a pull-out table.
So the pull-out table, all right. So I
That
can
is
eat on the
great.
pull-out table, and when I'm done and I want to do emails, okay, the computer is stored inside, along with the cables and everything.
That's awesome.
And then there's just, general storage for canned goods and miscellaneous. I mean, they come all the way out.
That is so awesome.
Wow.
So, there's a ton of storage. The refrigerator, top-loading freezer, the
Top-loading freezer footrest.
top-loading freezer.
Yeah, footrest.
Everything in here, I take some marginal pride in this. I know that's a sin, but I can't help it. everything in here
Definitely.
has a purpose. Mm-hmm. Most things, or many things, have 2.
Yeah.
Some even have 3.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. I'm just blown away.
I am too.
And then there's the porta potty.
Show.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That is awesome.
what a great
We're
idea.
using a little tent and one of those ones next to the ground. It's a little under.
Desirable. Have
Yeah.
some desire that you
I've seen designs where somebody has a place where they slide the porta potty in, then you have to take the porta potty out, and then you have to position it somewhere, and then you have to get to it and all that stuff. What's bad about a porta potty? It smells, and it's too low. I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
Okay, so build it up and put it in a sealed container. You sat next to that, had no idea there was a porta potty.
No.
Well, you had shown me before, but I didn't. I don't smell anything. If you guys want to sit here and you're welcome. But the fact that I just did that.
But it also serves.
Yeah.
It's also there's a locking drawer down here, that's storage, and the front of it is storage for driving things and stuff like that, and it's also a side table.
That is-
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's great.
That
I love
is.
Well, how did you make the seat swivel? Did you just buy a standard
Seat
swivel?
doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't swivel. So you just mounted it.
If he
You
was there,
reversed
you'd see
it.
that seat has no clearance on either side.
Okay.
And so there's no room to turn it. To get it to swivel, I would have to have no center console, and I wanted
Right.
to put it.
Yeah.
So all I did was pick the seat up off the bracket, drill 4 new holes, and put it back down again so it sits backwards.
Okay.
I can flip it back anytime I want to, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Travel
Right.
solo, it's
Use a solo.
Right.
and when I drive, typically I put the back down, and there's a storage surface there. There's a plastic
Yeah,
surface
yeah.
on the back
Yeah.
of it, so that you just put stuff there. But it's really nice to be able to have some place to comfortably sit. Put your feet up,
And if you
relax.
did have a passenger, this is technically safer.
Except it doesn't have a seatbelt.
Well, that's
Oh.
not that much safer.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing like going backwards through the windshield.
No, but you wouldn't go backwards to the windshield. You just go
No.
back in the back of the thing. But
Right.
but
Right.
it's not really legal anymore to have somebody ride
Yeah.
with a seatbelt, and the seatbelts don't work with it backwards. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they fly jets and stuff, military jets, you're flying backwards.
Yeah. This is exactly how I used to operate photo radar vans, and this is exactly how they were set up with the seats
get
turned
the
around.
full tour or full feel. And the tent is from who?
it's a Fiamma awning.
Oh, Fiamma. Okay.
It's the Fiamma F35 Pro. It's completely manual. You have to manually roll it up, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And they sell this privacy room with it that just fits into. It comes with some extra stuff, but it just fits into the awning. And I put it up because I thought it was going to be raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And when it rains, having this out there is really, really nice.
Yeah.
But it also, you know, it's a solo. It's a nice open plan, but it's still, you know, one guy. If you want to
Yeah.
have people,
Yeah.
that's the place you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great.
Has the other Bob been up here as well?
Bob Wells,
Yeah. He needs to see this.
he
too.
Bob's.